So the Game Awards are coming up. I believe they are on December 12th. Yeah, December 12th. And they have already announced the kind of nominations for them. Call of Duty got nominated for a couple, some of which are a little interesting. And I thought we could watch through this and I could give you my thoughts on which games I think are going to win, which ones I would give it to, things along those lines as we go through. But without further ado, let's dive into it.
And the Game Award goes to... And the Game Award, goes to...
By the way, unlike previous years, I don't think that there's a game this year that is just like, this one is going to win.
And the winner is...
Next year, we got GTA, so... Or we think we have GTA.
10 years ago, we began a journey together to celebrate video games as the biggest, most powerful form of entertainment in the world. And on Thursday, December 12th, right here at Peacock Theater in Los Angeles, we will recognize the best and show you what's next with the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards.
Because don't forget, a big thing of the Game Awards is a bunch of trailers as well.
Global Nomination Announcement Special. Today, it is my distinct honor to reveal this year's nominees, recognizing talented...
By the way, there is like a little bit of controversy behind this because the way that I don't know if they explain it in this, but the way that the games are going to be chosen is there's a panel of a bunch of different outlets. So like IGN, Gaming Radar, Game Grant, a bunch of things like that. But then there's like a lot of like weird ones that are in it as well. I can't think of them offhand, but ones that aren't necessarily like newspapers, for example, places that aren't just dedicated to video games get a selection as well. And that's 90% of the actual decision is based off of that. So I don't know if it's the best way of choosing it, but
studios big and small around
turn the volume up low.
And you can help select the winners by voting right now at the
So yeah, your vote can count for 10% of the actual pick.
All right, you've waited long enough. So let's do it. Here are the nominees for the Game Awards 2024. For Best Ongoing Game, the nominees are Destiny 2,
Interesting.
Diablo 4, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite,
Fortnite again,
and Helldivers 2.
Okay, problem with ongoing game for Helldivers 2 is it came out this year. I might give it to Diablo because it improved the most, but Helldivers is a weird one.
Your Best Performance nominees are Brianna White for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Didn't play the game, so I don't know.
Tell for Life is Strange.
I love me some Life is Strange.
Umberly Gonzalez for Star Wars.
Apparently that game wasn't very good.
Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2.
Oh, that's an interesting for a remake.
Melina Jurgens, Senua's Saga, Hellblade.
That's who I think is going to win, but it would be kind of cool to see Silent Hill win.
For the Best Mobile Game, the nominees are AFK Journey,
oh God,
Balatro, Pokemon Trade.
Balatro's gonna win that.
Trading Card Game Pocket.
I did play that one.
Waves and Zenless Zone.
It's got to be Balatro.
The nominees for Best Art Direction are...
Oh, this is going to be...
Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, that could...
Elden Ring Shadow
I don't
of the
think
Earth
that's going to win that.
Metaphor,
Metaphor. It's got to be Metaphor.
And Neva. For Best Score and Music, this year's nominees are Astrobot.
Interesting.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Metaphor ReFantazio.
They got a lot. Metaphor.
Silent Hill 2 and Stellar Blade.
I love that a remake game is in that.
Of best audio
oh, this
design,
is a weird one.
These games are nominated.
Hold up.
Astrobot, Call of Duty
for audio. For audio, which I kind of see why they introduced the new audio system, but it's been so broken that there's no way that it should win this. But like honestly, in campaign, in zombies, stellar audio. The way that they've introduced footsteps into multiplayer is getting there, and then Warzone has just been broken. But technically, this isn't Warzone, so...
Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2.
I think Silent Hill will win that.
Recognizes excellence in authentically creating shows, movies, and other creative
endeavors
Fallout based on video game worlds.
Fallout.
Here are this year's nominees for Best
It's got to be Fallout.
Arcane. Fallout.
Yeah, it's got to be Fallout.
Knuckles. Like a Dragon Yakuza. And Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft.
That's the animated one. It's got to be Fallout.
Narrative in a game, the TGA nominees are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Metaphor ReFantazio.
Metaphor is a good choice.
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2.
And Silent Hill's a remake, so I don't
Games
love
for
that
Impact
being in there.
celebrates thought-provoking games with a profound pro-social meaning or message. Here are this year's nominees.
A pro-social like what?
Closer the Distance, Indica.
I don't understand that one.
Life is Strange Double Exposure, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Tales of Kenzera.
I don't know what that category is, so I don't know.
Community support are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy.
What do they mean by community support? Like do they mean by like updating the game, or do they mean like with the best fans?
14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky.
If it's support from the community, it can't be Helldivers 2.
In the category of best multiplayer,
Call of Duty's got to be in this.
Are Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree.
I'm not taking that one.
Tekken 8, and Warhammer 40,000.
That is a tough category. Helldivers, Space Marine, or COD? I don't know. Like normally in any other year, I'd be like Call of Duty has no chance, but I actually think this is a pretty good year for it. Even like if you just took multiplayer out of it and said just zombies, man, that is a tough category.
Space Marine 2. Best Independent Game celebrates games with a high degree of risk tolerance as they are produced outside of the traditional publisher system. The nominees are
Balatro? Oh, Animal Well.
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. Next is Best Debut
Balatro
Indie
still
Game,
maybe.
recognizes a development team that hasn't won a Game Award before. In fact, these teams published their first game in 2024.
That's kind of cool.
The nominees are Animal Well, Balatro.
So basically, whoever wins the previous one should also win this one. Because I think it's between Animal Well and Balatro. And if both of them are in the previous category, the same person should win this one. Like, for example, if Balatro wins debut and they don't win best indie, it doesn't make any sense.
Manor Lords, Pacific Drive.
Ooh, Pacific Drive was really good.
The Plucky Squire. For Best VR AR Game, the nominees are...
This is probably going to be Batman.
Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow.
That's my guess.
Metal Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening.
I didn't look at that one much.
The nominees are...
Queso. It's got to be Queso.
Illawan, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer, and Usada Pecora.
Oh, that's a
Part of the Game Awards is
VTuber.
looking forward to
I picked
what's
Queso.
next. And yes, we'll have lots of games to announce on December 12th. But what's the most anticipated upcoming game? Here are the nominees based on currently...
So can we just skip this one and give it to GTA?
announced titles. Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. Ghost of Yote.
Oh, that's a good one.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
It's not even close.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And Monster Hunter Wilds.
That game did do really well in beta, but still.
Nominees are Astrobot, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
I don't think that's a game of the year.
Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws,
there's no way.
And The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. For Best Role
It could be Zelda.
Jury selected Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Okay, so I didn't watch this video, but I know that Elden Ring is nominated for Game of the Year. I don't think they should give Shadow of the Erd Tree Game of the Year, but I think it should get Best Role-Playing Game. Just because it's DLC, technically, like even though like, yeah, it's technically like a whole other game, I understand that. But I don't think it should be given Game of the Year because it's already had that opportunity. I think, though, it should be given Role-Playing Game. And then it should probably have been in the Best Supported Game as well, like ongoing game, and probably won that as well.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a
Just my
Dragon,
opinion.
Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor Refantasy.
And Metaphor was really good, too.
In the category of Best Fighting, the
I
nominees
don't know
are
this one.
Dragon Ball Sparking
I
Zero,
heard that game was really
Grand
good.
Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Multiversus, and
Really? Multiversus?
Tekken 8. The nominees
Didn't
for
that come
Best
out like
Action
years ago,
are
like during COVID?
Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6,
There's no way it beats Black Myth Wukong.
Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade.
That's going to be Black Myth.
Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2.
Black Myth Wukong.
Innovation in accessibility celebrates games that are making our industry available and enjoyable.
This is an interesting one.
Selected by a special committee of accessibility experts, the nominees for innovation in accessibility are Call of Duty Black Ops.
I don't disagree with Call of Duty being in this category, and I wouldn't even disagree with them winning.
6. Diablo 4.
Look at skill-based matchmaking. That's basically accessibility.
Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
I don't know how that one is.
Persia: The Lost Crown and Star Wars.
Okay, out of all of these games, out of the ones that have the most settings for accessibility, Call of Duty wins. Honestly.
Next up, Best Family Game. The nominees are
Nintendo.
Astrobot.
Oh.
Princess Peach Showtime. Super Mario Party Jamboree. The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire.
We are cheering for Astrobot just so Nintendo I feel like Nintendo always wins this category, so we're taking an underdog.
The strategy nominees are Age of Mythology Retold.
I love me some Age of Mythology.
Frostpunk 2.
I don't know that game.
Kunitsugami, Path of the
Definitely
Goddess.
don't know that game.
Manor Lords.
I do know that one.
Unicorn Overlord.
I maybe pick
this
Manor
year,
Lords.
These titles are nominated for Best Sports Racing. F1 24. EA Sports FC 25.
I don't want that to win.
NBA 2K25.
I'm more okay with that one winning.
Top Spin 2K25 and WWE 2K25.
It'd be kind of cool seeing a tennis game win.
4. All right, let's take a look at our 3 esports categories. Starting with Best Esports Game. The nominees
It's got to be League,
are
right?
Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends,
Yeah.
Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and Valorant.
Ooh,
The nominees for Best
I could cheer for
Esports
Valorant
Athlete
for that.
are 3-3, Alexi B, Chuvy,
I don't know any of these people.
Faker,
Faker, I do
Zywin,
know Faker.
and Kong Kong. And for the Best Esports Team, our Special Esports Committee nominated these teams: Billy Billy Gaming, League of Legends, Gen G, League of Legends, Navi, Counter-Strike, T1, League of Legends, and Team Liquid, Dota 2.
With the amount of teams nominated for League of Legends, wouldn't it just make sense for League of Legends to be the competitive game of the year? No?
All right, it's time for our final 2 categories. For Best Game Direction, which recognizes outstanding creative vision and innovation.
So this is so the difference between direction and game of the year is direction is more so like innovation, what is new, whereas game of the year is the best game. So for years, I thought they should just be like the same thing. Whoever wins one should win the other, and they can, and it has happened many times. But I don't think it should this year, and I'll show you why.
In game direction and design, the nominees are Astrobot, Balatro.
The fact that it's picked for game direction is insane. It's a card game. That's not innovating to me. That's just taking something that exists and making it cool. Black Myth Wukong, great choice for this.
Wukong. Elden Ring Shadow of...
I don't think this should win game direction because it's already been done, if that makes sense.
Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor.
That's what I think should win game direction, is Metaphor. I don't necessarily think it should be game of the year.
Fantasio. And finally, our global TGA jury, of which I am not a member, has selected the following 6 games as nominees.
So this
for
is where
Game
things
of the
get
Year
hard.
At the Game Awards 2024. The Game of the Year nominees are Astrobot from Team
Possible.
Asobi, Balatro from
The
Local
card
Fun,
game, be pretty shocked.
Black Myth Wukong by Game Science, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree.
It's DLC, man. Like, I don't care how long the DLC is. For a DLC to win game of the year, I don't know.
By From Software, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth from Square Enix, and Metaphor.
Honestly, I'm gonna say Metaphor or Black Myth. I think just, and yeah, if it was Elden Ring coming out as a full game, and I know it kind of is, I know I get both sides of it, but if it was Elden Ring coming out this year, it would stomp everything else. So should it still stomp everything else based off of a big DLC? I don't know.
Or ReFantasio from Studio Zero. So there you have it. Those are your nominees for Game of the Year. And yes, that means you'll hear the Game Awards Orchestra, conducted by Lauren Balfe, play their themes live.
I'm curious what we get. If we get like a GTA or anything like that.
Head to the GameAwards.com
trailer
to help select the winners by casting your ballot in all categories. Also, stay tuned for the announcement of our Player's Voice category, where fans 100% select the winner from 30 nominees. We'll announce those nominees on Monday,
Don't know what
2nd.
that is.
The winners in all categories will be revealed live during the Game Awards when it streams globally on Thursday, December 12th, starting with the opening act at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 12:30 a.m.
So it's probably not actually going to start till like 8 p.m. Eastern. I might stream that.
I cannot wait to share our 10th anniversary show with you. I hope to see
10th
you then.
anniversary show.
Don't
That's pretty
forget
cool too.
to cast your vote.
I think if Elden Ring wins, there's going to be some big controversy behind that. So based off of that and that alone, I don't think it will. But if you're looking at the people choosing the winners, since 90% of it is media, I could still see it winning. So I don't know. I think it'll be controversial no matter what. And Helldivers being in a bunch of those is interesting after the controversy. It's going to be an interesting one. And I'm also interested to see, do we get a GTA 6 trailer? What games are we really going to get trailers? It should be interesting because it's like the kind of the new E3 when it comes to trailers. So December 12th, be there, be square.